What's up guys, this is Dan Watson from learningcameras.com, and for those of you who haven't seen a video in a little while, it's because my wife and I just recently had another baby, and so what I wanted to do is give you kind of a what's in my bag based on that. So we knew we were going to be in the hospital for a couple of days. I knew I wanted to get some awesome memory shots, so this is what I brought, and this is a Teneba messenger bag. This is the large one, and it allows me to hold basically everything I would need for almost anything. It's very rare that I would need to bring anything other than this unless it was a major production shoot. So, but I'll go through some of the items that I brought with me and why I brought these items with me. Now, first of all, I just wanted to say thanks for all you guys who support the site by the links on the website. So for those of you who don't know, you can go to learningcameras.com. I've got some links there set up. And when you use those links, when you make your purchases, it really helps keep the lights on and keep things running. So thanks guys for doing that for me. I really appreciate it. So first up is going to be this camera right here, and this is a Canon 70D. And I use this one because there's really no other camera that does video as well as the 70D as of now. I know we've got some new ones from Panasonic coming out that I'm really curious to see how they do. But for the price, man, $1,100, $1,200 gets you this 70D, and it does amazing video for that kind of price. I absolutely love this camera. And attached to this, I've got the Tamron 24-70 f2.8 VC. And the reason is because this, again, is the only stabilized lens that's a 24-70 with a constant f2.8 aperture. So that's why I don't shoot with the Canon version for a lens like this, is because I want that stabilization when I'm shooting video. I love the flexibility of a 24-70. It works with my full frame cameras as well. And nice f2.8 aperture all the way through. So this is a great body, especially for shooting video, but it does shoot pictures extremely well. However, when I shoot pictures, I can't go wrong with the 5D Mark III from Canon. And this is one of the best all-around cameras, I will say that. So Nikon's got some cameras, Sony's got some cameras. All of them have their strengths and minuses. I will say the Canon, for me, splits the difference. For every minus another camera has, the Canon is strong enough, and for every strength the other camera has, this Canon is strong enough. So, you know, is it the best ISO performance of any camera? No, not quite, but it's among the best. And, you know, at 22 megapixels, you really can't go wrong. It's got great dynamic range, not as much as you would see on a Nikon or Sony, but it really kind of splits the difference when you're talking about how good you need to be for photography. So I love this. On it, I right now have the 35mm f1.4 Sigma lens, and it's a lens that I absolutely love. I'm looking forward to their 50mm f1.4. I hope to get it as soon as it comes out because I love a 35. It is so sharp, so nice. However, I do shoot more with a 50mm and an 85 than I do with a 35, so I would have liked to see that. My last camera body is actually going to be this, and this is the EOS M by Canon. And right now, as mirrorless cameras go, you can get this thing for under $400 with a lens, and that is an unbelievable deal. This camera is amazing for that price. Produces phenomenal camera, basically shoots. And I've compared this camera directly to the 5D Mark III for a lot of shoots, and honestly you can hardly tell the difference because it's such a good camera. This lens, which is a 22mm f2 prime lens for it, extremely sharp, gives you a 35mm equivalent on that. And if you ever want to go undercover, don't want people to see that you're shooting them with some big camera and elaborate setup, get a more natural look, this looks just like a point and shoot, but you've got a sensor that's in like the Canon 7D. It's basically the same sensors in that 18 megapixels APS-C sensor, so very large sensor, gives you that depth of field that you're looking for. Unbelievable camera for the money. You can't go wrong with that. And then one thing that's nice for if you're shooting infants is going to be prime lenses. They don't move a whole lot. So some of my favorite kind of bang for the buck lenses is this one. This is a Canon 50mm f1.4. Nikon has an even better 50mm 1.4 if you shoot Nikon. And this is a good solid lens for the money. It's only $350, about that, and really solid lens for the money. So also the Canon 85 1.8. And this is another one that for 300 and something bucks, you can get a lens that produces absolutely amazing quality that you would have to step up to, you know, over $1,000 to see quality like this in a lens of this inexpensive nature. So really a good solid camera. Now the the 50mm f1.4. This is the one I would love to replace. It's good, it's just not great. It's sharp, but I mean, I just want better. I want better at f1.4, I want better at f1.8. As you stop it down, it gets a little bit better, but at those more open apertures, that's where you're gonna start to see some of the flaws of this lens. It's also a little bit more on the cheap side when it comes to build. It's very plasticky, so it's a lot better than the 1.8 that you'll see out there, but it just has some room for improvement. So this is the one that I hope to replace next. The L lens for me, the 50mm f1.2, is a great lens. I don't find myself needing that extra aperture, and as far as sharpness goes, it just wasn't enough of an improvement for me to spend that much different. You were talking over $1,000 for that. So, you know, I want to spend my money where I see the improvement, and for me that was with camera bodies and some other lenses that that I do know have that improvement on this. So that's mostly what I brought in form of camera, and also LED lights are great for this because you don't want to shoot with a flash when you're shooting newborns, and some of those hospital rooms are pretty dark. This LED light, it's got about 300 LEDs in it. It allows me to adjust my Kelvin separately, so I can change it from very bright daylight to something more tungsten, so I can really adjust for whatever the room looks like, and I can dial it down to almost nothing and then pump it up as needed. So very natural, almost window looking light. So very good light for that. So once again, thanks for watching. This is kind of just a basic what's in my bag that I use for that, and we'll have some more videos coming up soon. So thanks a lot.